Previously on the Beam Chronicles.
The weird tunnel thing with all the voices?
I call that the tube. It's where forecasts occur.
Also memories, but super vivid ones, like I was actually living them again.
Often forecasts are prefaced with memories that lend them context or relevance.
Howie's a spiteful little bitch, and I'm not going to get into our significant history together. Of all the people he's ever met, he hates me the most.
In that case, we may get along after all, old man.
Leon Nash. You can call me Lee if you like.
You're weak and frail and alone, but you don't have to be.
You can make me stronger.
Talk. I'm good at making people stronger.
The deranged superposition of Mo and Tyler were also on a manhunt, though not technically for a man. They were looking for Shepard, the Endako prince.
I foresaw that Ava would kill me. On its 7th birthday, Ava would kill me.
Ava. My heart stopped beating.
These are the Beam Chronicles, with your host, MJ Dooney. Book 3, Cataclysm. Epilogue, Howard Prophit.
Early on in my adventures, it was frequently difficult to determine whether or not I was having a forecast. But there were certain strategies I'd acquired to facilitate with that distinction. In a way, they reminded me of the tips people use to dream more lucidly. Write awake on your hand while you're awake, then when you suspect you're dreaming, check for the word. If it's not there, you're likely asleep. Another one, you can't read in a dream, so fetch a book off of a shelf. See if there's print on it. Here's a third, look at a clock. Remember the time, then look at it immediately again to see if it's changed, as it will in a dream. But I found it was much simpler than all of that for forecasting. For example, if I couldn't move my head or any of my body parts voluntarily, surely I was experiencing a contextually relevant forecast memory, something that had already occurred, be it from my own perspective or someone else's. I simply had to remember to try moving, and I'd know I was forecasting, but that alone took a few years of practice. You'd be surprised how simple it was to forget who you were, where you ended, while seeing events unfold from another person's perspective. Today, in this forecast, I saw the world from Leon Nash's perspective. It was late, or maybe early, just the time of day when those concepts begin to blur into each other. I determined as much when he glanced down at his watch. 3:30 in the morning, yet he was awake, sitting at his kitchen table, sipping a mug of what appeared to be warm water with lemon, patiently waiting for someone, reminding himself a few times that he didn't want to whistle, couldn't make noise at this hour of the night. She grouped in across from him a few seconds later. Charlie Shade. Nash chuckled, sipped his lemon water.
You really don't have to sneak around here, darling.
I didn't want to wake you.
Oh, I'm old and fidgety. I don't sleep so soundly. Even a sneaky little thing like you makes enough racket to stir me.
Sorry, Nash.
Think nothing, Miss Shade?
He rested the mug on the table.
But hey, next time just knock, all right? She's yours after all. You don't need my permission to see her.
Charlie squirmed uncomfortably in her seat.
She's not. She's yours now, Nash.
Lee rolled his eyes, unwilling to engage in the argument.
You told her daddy about her yet?
You're her daddy, Lee.
Don't get lippy. You know damn well what I meant.
Nash uncharacteristically snapped.
I haven't told him.
She quickly relented.
Aha.
Leon tipped his mug toward his face, peering to the bottom.
And, why's that?
You see what her dad was up to about 2 months ago?
My understanding is that wasn't exactly him.
She smiled a ginger but exhausted smile, always appreciative of those who made the distinction between Topo and Jaxon, but too weary to commit to anything more convincing.
It wasn't Jaxon, but him being possessed by an evil alien apocalypse made it slightly difficult to break the awesome news that We sort of had a kid while I was pretending to be dead.
Right, I know. I just thought, since then, you might have told him.
No, he hasn't woken up yet. No opportunity to talk.
Lee sheepishly replied, swirling his water in a circle.
And even if he ever does wake up, I can't tell him. I mean, I want to, Nash. I do. It kills me. Keeping a secret this big from him of all people, especially one he really deserves to know, but I gotta think about her, too. I gotta keep her safe from Quez Topo now. Everything Jaxon knows, Quez knows. And should he come back one day, Jaxon and I are the ones he's gonna be pissed at this time. I don't want him to have any more leverage over us than he's already got, and I don't want him anywhere near our daughter. I mean, is that... You get that?
I understand.
You think he would?
Actually, yeah. If he loves you half as much as you love him.
He does.
Then yes, I do think he'd understand. Eventually. Probably be pretty angry at first if he ever finds out, but I think he'd appreciate your looking out for the girl, first and foremost. I know it's cliche, but this is for the best, Miss Shade. This is the safest place for her right now, the best place. Away from it.
You can give her all the stuff I never could. A normal life, a happy life, freedom from all the madness.
Nash smiled softly and picked up his mug.
I wouldn't dream of giving her anything less, honey.
All right.
She reassured herself, tapping her knuckles on the table.
Sorry, this was so brief, but I should go before people realize I'm missing. I was just making sure you two are, like, still alive and stuff. Now I gotta make sure Howie doesn't do anything to Jaxon while he's out.
Yeah, listen, before you group out, I wanted to say something to you about Howie. I know he's buttering you up right now. He's giving you what you want, helping you. I know he seems like he's turning a page, but he's not, okay? Don't trust him, Charlie.
Nope. Never.
Good girl.
And you'll tell me, right, if anything weird starts happening to her?
I will surely let you know the minute she turns the dust or she starts moving shit around the kitchen with her noggin, or hell, who knows, could be both. Wouldn't that be something for our little Ava?
The girl's name was Ava. Good Lord, I'd been such a fool. Charlie scrunched up her mouth in disappointment.
You really stuck with that name, huh?
Oh yes, one day I'm gonna tell her, Ava, your name represents everything your mom ever loved. Everything she wanted to keep safe, so how appropriate she shared that name with you.
Charlie rolled her eyes, shook her head, but looked away so he wouldn't see she was close to crying.
Thank you, Nash. Really. I don't know what the fuck I'd do about all this without you. You're a good man.
Oh, I appreciate that, darling, but I assure you, I wasn't always.
Did you get anything from me?
The youthful voice snapped me out of my vision brusquely, not the gradual easing out I typically like to have at the end of a forecast. It deprived me of my time in the tube, prevented me from getting more in-depth answers from Destiny, and I had a few pieces in dire need of some depth. I spun my head around my dimly lit office looking for the source of the rude interruption. And there she was, leaning in the shadows against the wall. The latest in a sequence of pretty skinny girls who terrified the living hell out of me, could kill me with little more than a thought. This one was the youngest, hated me personally the least. That wasn't to say she liked me. Instead, she was mostly indifferent. Which was probably why I was so certain of all the people I knew she would kill me, if given the chance. Ripley. I grasped my chest, panting for breath. How'd you get in here?
I'm resourceful.
You can't startle me out of a forecast like that. You're supposed to let them go to completion.
Did you get anything from me?
She impatiently repeated, stepping out of the shadows. The deep wine-purple scimitar sticking out of either elbow caught the light first. but I also noticed the similarly colored tonfa blades anchored in her wrists, running the length of her forearms, the hilt of 2 Ajax swords peeking out from either shoulder, nestled into the skin of her back, the faint hum of weak electric pulses being held in the palms of either of her hands, waiting for me to say something that would motivate her to discharge them. Beam's latest model for an all-purpose assassin was quite well equipped and well trained. She knew it would take all of her ammo to intimidate me. "Where's your father?" I asked.
Dead?
I meant Gavorski.
Yeah, I don't consider him to be my father.
Where is he anyway? I asked him to stop sending me you without showing up himself.
He doesn't send me anywhere. I'm not his pet. Last time I'm asking before I get bored, you had a forecast. Did you see anything that might interest me?
Well, that all depends. You're so fickle. Miss Hodge, what is it you today find interesting?
Anybody you want me to add to my kill list?
I interlaced my hands behind my head, tipped back in my chair. Not at the moment, no.
How about something for Charlie Shade?
Isn't the brain trigger I gave you enough? She disabled the charges being held in her hands, reached into the pocket of her pants and pulled it out, the slender black switch Victor had recently made me, to replace the ones destroyed years ago.
It's a nice toy. Kinda feels like cheating. Besides, I like to have options. An insurance policy.
A contingency plan. She did not smile, didn't laugh, didn't even respond, only waited for me to say something else. No, I didn't see anything like that. I adamantly insisted on my bold-faced lie.
You sure?
Positive. It was mostly political stuff. There was nothing about Charlie in this forecast. I knew, because it was my business to know, that the day was coming very soon, within months, when Jaxon woke up. And when it happened, when he and Charlie and Sydney reunited, they would all escape Beam, oppose it, destroy it. I didn't need precognition to know the day was coming when my flimsy symbiotic alliance with Charlie stopped being beneficial to either of us. The tides would change, the paradigm would shift, and Ripley Hodge was the contingency plan, the one I always so infamously kept to keep things going my way. A weapon designed specifically for a much higher purpose than the minutia she attended to now. And when Charlie inevitably jumped ship, when she was finished milking Beam for everything it could give her, I knew I needed something beyond a brain trigger to keep her from annihilating Beam. But no, not this child. Not her daughter. I was a monster, and I knew as much. There were few lengths I wouldn't go to ensure my own survival and the greater goals of my foolish life. But for once, in that God-forsaken life, I elected to make an authentic stand, to draw a line in the sand. I simply wouldn't be the sort of monster who sacrificed a baby to a cold-blooded maniac like Ripley Hodge as a means to some end. I didn't know if that made me a better person, but I wagered no. By that point, as far down as I'd fallen, there were likely no steps in any moral direction that would redeem my accursed soul. I was eternally damned. But in a way, that was a relief. In a way, I could finally start doing exactly what I wanted. Please get out of my office, Miss Hodge, I coolly requested.
Fine. But I'm getting itchy just killing old senators who can't fight back. Call me the instant anything fun comes up.
And with that, Ripley Hodge instantly vanished from sight. She had a capacity for disappearing. You might even call it an anomalistic capacity, but people didn't use words like that anymore in my post-apocalyptic utopia. I sighed, leaning forward onto my desk, groaning out all my fatigue and blanketing my eyes with either of my hands. The stupid, fake one, the right one, was freezing cold. The heating system malfunctioned practically every day, but I was just too busy to get it fixed, and too exasperated to let it concern me in that particular moment.
Lots of people trying to kill you these days.
Yes. But those are not precisely unusual circumstances for me. Destiny laughed, and I joined it eventually. Surely an impartial observer would think me mad, laughing alone in my dimly lit office, chatting casually with myself. Hell, maybe I was mad. I wasn't completely convinced of my own sanity anymore, not by a long shot. Insane and unsalvageable, led by the voices in his head, a toxic combination for the king of the world. But at least my reign promised to be quite short. Unfortunate, there was still much work to be done, but I would do what I could with the time that I had.
Are you worried?
Destiny asked me when our merriment died down. Of course not, I calmly replied, trying to imagine what Charlie and Jaxon's daughter might look like. Surely a beautiful child. I hope she had her mother's eyes. No, of course I'm not worried. I started again with a fond smile. Not yet. Ava's 7th birthday is still 6 years away. I think we can get it all done before then.
Hello? Any, interdimensional alien goatman types? Tyler, we're starting a union. Thought you might want to pay your dues, hey? Boone, can you shut up? First of all, I don't know why you think that would get him to come out. Well, don't. Just unsettled is all. Unsettled by what? The location? Yeah, mate. Still, it's fucking eerie, these old churches. They've all been abandoned. And that don't make it worse to you. How many have we checked out now, and you still get wigged out every time? Look, you don't get the particular cultural significance these basilicas have on a sinning cost like myself. Besides all that, not a huge fan of the art. That's wild, the art is breathtaking. Oh, why they gotta make JC all Byzantine and shit? I mean, these old Gothic cathedrals are quite literally kind of Byzantine, right? His eyes are too big. Well, maybe he had big eyes. Why you think this bloke's gonna be haunting an old cathedral in any case? Honestly, probably because of the architecture. He's gonna need the space. Ah, he had beefy sort of unit then. Not bulky, just kinda tall. Fuck all this. Tyler, chill. It's probably just a rat. Just a rat? Are you scared of rats? I'm scared of the fucking bubonic plague. Why? You know we have antibiotics now, right?
A strange state you find yourself in, old friend.
Fucking hell. Stop. Tyler, don't shoot. Stop. That's him. That's him. You sure you ain't a big old talking rat? Tyler, Chuck E. Cheese type shit out there. You about to FNAF us? Whom he does not understand any of those references.
Fascinating. Truly.
Bloody fucking hell. Foon? Mean Shepherd.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Big fucking goat. What you eat, lad? Oats and shit? Okay, here, sit down for a second. Sorry, Shepherd.
I intended to stay hidden much longer. Is there a reason you've sought me out, Mo?
Yeah. I need your help.
I'm intrigued.
You know this strange state I'm in? Sharing this body, this Thulrog superposition?
A strange state indeed.
Quest Hobo finds himself in a pretty similar situation.
Now I'm very intrigued.
You want to help us fuck him up?
Sincerely, old friend. Nothing would bring me more joy.
Thank you for listening to The Beam Chronicles, a fiction podcast written and produced by me, MJ Dooney. I'm going to skip all my usual calls to action and just plug one particular thing, Patreon. Patreon.com/TheBeamChronicles, or you can just click support the show in the episode description. Please follow me on Patreon. You don't have to give me any money. I have a free tier up there, so you can just join to get updates over the next few months while the official show is on hiatus. There are currently 3 members, but like 130 visits, so if you visited but didn't join. I promise. I have big ideas for this summer. I just need to finish this season first. There's not much there right now, but there are a few cool character drawings up there by the amazingly talented Janet Shasha, the artist for the cover art for the show. There's new stuff coming. I have a really cool idea. I've been talking to my wife about it. It's like a mini series of bonus content. It's not going to be put on Spotify or Apple Podcasts at all. It's going to be, I think, 5 episodes or so, not necessary to the overall plot of the show, but funny and interesting and a new perspective, and I think probably at least sort of as good as the regular show is. I'm expecting that to start being on Patreon by late May or early June, so if you follow me, you'll see it and get updates about it. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do, book 3 is officially over now. No more little extra things, no more secret additional chapters. That's the story. I am now going to stop making actual episodes until roughly late August, early September. This book was so much fun for me, which is ironic considering how depressing the story was. But in any case, thank you for your part in that. It's so cliche to thank your audience. Like, I hear it all the time from celebrities and stuff, and it's like, okay, dude, sure, you love your fans. But I don't know anymore. Like, I do kind of get it now. I don't know if I have any fans. Like, that feels a little intense. But people who send me messages and email me and leave comments on my episodes, it feels like a community. And the common thread, the inspiration for all of that, it's like a story I made up when I was 19 and I've been holding in my heart for decades. That's wild. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. I used to tell my wife, before she talked me into making this podcast and trying to share that story with as many people as I could, I'd tell her that the main reason that I was afraid, and I was afraid, that's the appropriate emotion, but the main reason that I was afraid was that in the aftermath of nobody giving a shit about it, I'd lose the value it had to me in potential alone. The analogy I'd use was an unscratched lottery ticket is statistically worth more just for the dream than after you scratch it and lose. I think in a way I did lose some of that dream by producing this show. Like, I think it took me almost 20 years to convince myself that I could survive not going viral the second I clicked publish on the first episode. I think it took me almost 20 years to come to grips with the notion that if it never became a Netflix show or whatever, I'd still be okay. I tried really hard during the first 2 books to just persevere out of pure blind faith in myself with little to no evidence that the fruit was coming to bear. I think this season it did a little. I think during this book I realized the lotto ticket was actually a winner. Maybe not a Mega Millions jackpot, but I was inspiring people, random strangers, to talk about my characters and my story and this world that I invented. I was inspiring excitement and tears and laughter and joy, and if that's not the fucking point of making something like this, I don't know what is. None of it's possible without all of you. So thank you for making this book so much fun. I hope I can continue to grow and reach new audiences and make shit you all like listening to. I'm very excited for the projects I'm going to be working on this summer. I'm also really excited for Book 4, Exodus. A much more uplifting subtitle than Cataclysm, right? All music and sound effects were sourced from the Epidemic Sound Library. Special thanks to Janet Shasha for creating the cover art for the show. Find her on Instagram at ChiliBeanArt. And thank you, truly, for listening. I'll see you in 4 months. Unless you follow me on Patreon. Okay, love you, bye.